Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Nabillah Firdaus. I'm a college student in University of 45 Bekasi, or you can call it Unisma Bekasi. So today I would like to present about what? So today I would like to present about the introduction of public speaking. And there are four main part of introduction in public speaking. The first one is speaking in public, the second is improving your confidence, and the third is presenting your first speech, and the fourth is ethic and free speech. And now let's move on to the first part. The first one is speaking in public. Why you have to study public speaking? Yes, you have to learn it. It is because public speaking is important. It can help you to improve your knowledge, and also the benefits of studying public speaking is you will discover new application for skill you may already have. And for example, like focusing and organizing ideas and gathering information from print to electronic sources. There are a process of communication. The first one, communication as action. It means a public speaker is a source of information and ideas for an ideas. And second is communication is interaction. Communication or speaker needs a feedback from the audience, and public speaking serve little purpose. The third is communication as transaction. The exchange of message between the sender and the receiver, where each takes turn to send or receive message. Next is public speaking and conversation. There are three main parts of public speaking and conversation. The first one is public speaking is more planned, because as a public speaker you have spent hours or even days for plan and practice all of the material you have. And the second is public speaking is more formal. The language that used for public speaking is formal, and public speaker often plan and rehearse some gesture or movements to emphasize especially important parts for the speeches. And the third is role of speaker and audiences are more clearly defined. Between the speaker and the audience are more clearly defined and remain stable. Rarely do audience members interrupt or even talk to the speaker. And now let's move on to the second part, that is improving your confidence. The first thing you have to understand is understand your nervousness. Why? This is that you have to know about yourself before doing speech is understand yourself. It's really important because nervous can make yourself not ready to the speech. Using or maybe you can use a gesture to reduce your nervousness. Now, how to build your confidence? There are 14 techniques to build your confidence while doing speech. The first one is know your audience. Learn as much about audience as you can. And second is do not procrastinate. Don't let your fear freeze you into inaction. The third is select appropriate topic. If you have so much material which you are familiar with it, you will feel less nervous. And the fourth is be prepared. You have to do some research before your topic material, and also you have to practice it before doing public speaking. The five, be organized. If you want to speech, you have to do it sequence that is start from the beginning, middle, and end. And you should follow the logical outline pattern. Six is know your introduction and conclusion. Being familiar with your introduction will help you to feel more comfortable and about the entire speech. If you also know how you will end speech, you will have safe harbor in case you lose your place. 7. Make practice real. Before you do speech, it it's better for you to master all of the material and try to practice it in real. For example, like stand up and try to speak loud about your material and imagine the room where you will give your speech. Next is breath. Before you do your speech, it's better for you to take a deep breath. It is important because it can reduce your nervousness. Next is visualize your success. Make yourself walking confidently to the front of the audience and giving your speech as well as you can. Next is give yourself a mental pep talk. Tell to your heart, to yourself, and to your mind that you can do it. You still have a chance to prove it. No matter what, you can do it well. Next is focus on your message, not your fear. Do not let your nerves break a chance that you have. And if you feel nervous, just take a deep breath, or maybe you can use a gesture for several parts like that. And next is look for positive listener support. There are maybe some audience they don't want to take attention for your message, and I think it is not a big deal. It is because you still have other positive audience that can respond to your message. Next is seek speaking opportunities. If your audience really pay attention to you, you can take a chance to talk about something else that still relate to your materials, and it can also improve your confidence to do public speaking. And next is focus on what you have accomplished, not on your fear. After you finish your speech, it means that you are success doing it. You can tell to yourself, I did it. And you know what? This word can help yourself to be more confident when you do the next public speaking. And now let's move on to the third part, that is presenting your first speech. Here, before you presenting your speech, you have to thinking about your audience too. Here is the thing that you have to learn about your materials and your audience. The first one is consider your audience. Your audience is the center of the model. It is because your audience influences the topic you choose every latter step of the speech making process. If you learn something new from your audience at any points during the process of preparing your speech. Next is you have to select and narrow your topic. You may discover a topic by asking three standard questions. For example, like who is the audience, what is the occasion, and what are my interests, talents, and experiences. Next is determine your purpose. While you do speech, you have to know what is your purpose behind it. Is it just to inform some information you have, or to persuade or entertain? And after you really sure you understand your general purpose, formulate a specific purpose, a concise statement indicating what you want your listener to able to do when you finish your speech. And next is develop your central idea. You should know you should now be able to write the thesis statement. It is because your thesis statement identifies the essence of your message. Next is generate the main idea. to develop or discover ideas that the result in new insight or new approaches to old problem. First, you have to appreciate appropriate topic, a specific purpose, and well-worded central idea, and identify the major divisions of. Next is gather verbal and visual supporting material. Gather material to support them such as facts, examples, definition, and quotation from others that illustrate, amplify, clarify, and provide evidence. Next is organize your speech. The first one is divide your speech. Here, the major division of well-prepared speech. The first one is the introduction, helps capture attention. The second is the body present the main content of your speech. The third is the conclusion, summarize your key ideas. Next is outline your speech. After you generate your main ideas, use number to indicate your key ideas. And next is rehearse your speech. The best way to practice your speech is standing, making an eye contact, and speak loud, just like imagine your audience are in front of you, and find a comfortable way to praise your audience, and do not forget to memorize your talk. Next is deliver your speech. Before you walk to the front of the room, try to look at your audience race, age, and gender. To deliver your speech, you have to imaginary your audience, making an eye contact, speak loudly enough to be heard, and use some natural variation in pitch. Next is the last part is ethic and free speech. Ethics are the beliefs, value, and moral principles by which people determine what is right or wrong. Ethics serve as criteria for many of decisions made in our personal and professional lives, and also for our judgment for others' behavior. Now, speak ethically is to provide honest facts with integrity and without deception or distortion. The first one is have a clear and responsible goal. The goal of public speech should be clear to the audience. A socially responsible goal is one of that give the listener choices, whereas an irresponsible, unethical goal is psychologically coercive. Next is use sound, evidence, and reasoning. Ethical speakers do not deceive their audience. It can also be stated that ethical speakers do not distort or warp acts, or worse yet, disguise opinions as facts in order to argue their thesis or make a point on it. Unethical speakers manipulated emotion and substitute false claim for evidence and logical arguments. Next is be sensitive to and tolerant of differences. Sensitivity of the difference does not mean that you must abandon your own conviction. It doesn't mean that you should demonstrate a willingness to listen to opposing viewpoints and learn about different beliefs and values. Next is be honest. Honest is an extension of ethical goals of your speech. Do not resort opinion presented as facts to make your case. Next is avoid plagiarism. The first thing that we have to know is to understand what is plagiarism. Plagiarism is the use of someone else's ideas without the person credit. When you are using someone else's word exactly, where copying from a writing they did into your writing, when you do this, you have to put in the words into quotation marks. And The last one is in conclusion. Public speaking is important. It can help you to improve your knowledge, and the benefits of studying public speaking is you will discover new application for skills you may already have. And it can also improve your confidence. And when you want to speak, you have to preparing yourself, and also you have to prepare your all of the material as well as possible, and try to understand the situation and analyzing the audience to make it your speech fun. Try to use something that can make your audience happy and interesting into your speech or message. Using gesture is also good, but not too much. Do not plagiarism. If you want to use someone's writing, make sure you input the source and using quotation marks. So I think this is the end of my presentation. I hope you enjoy my presentation, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.